episode number 1140. Develop a habit of happiness. Go ahead and write that down. Develop a habit of happiness. I hope you guys are ready to take some notes because what I'm going to be talking about today is how to develop the habit of happiness. And the key word is habit. Because here's the thing. If we've spent years focusing on what's wrong with our lives rather than what's going right with our lives, then those negative habits are going to keep us from enjoying our life. In fact, a lot of the habits that we've acquired, frankly, are from our parents. See, they're going to come from the people that we were around as we grew up. And I think back a long time ago to some of the people that I hung around. And I would say a few of those today, I would probably eliminate because the studies tell us, and I tell this to our kids all the time, negative parents raise negative children. Negative associations create negative friendships. And that's going to create a negative life for you. And so we remind the kids all the time that you've got to make a choice to hang around people who are going in a positive direction. I often have people tell me that they're a worrier. If we got any worry warts out there, you worry about everything, go ahead and put a 111 inside the chat box in front of you. If you are constantly worried all the time, I know some people in my life who are absolutely that way. They say things like, I'm a worrier, I'm uptight, I'm not the friendly sort of person. No, those are habits that you have developed. And the good news is that you can reprogram your computer. You know, when I look at the computer right in front of me, I'm talking to you right now, just like reprogramming the computer, you can literally reprogram the computer of your mind. You can get rid of that negative mentality and develop a habit of happiness, because the reality is no matter what comes our way, we can have a smile on our face. See, I smile by faith. See, we should get up every morning excited about that day. Even if we're facing difficult or negative circumstances, we need to learn to keep a positive outlook on life. And yes, I know that this can be super difficult. And I'm not just saying to be positive. What I'm talking about is not just a positive attitude, but also positive action. Because many people are waiting for their circumstances to be worked out before they decide to be happy. A lot of people are waiting for their circumstances to be right. Like, if I just had more money, if I could find that person, if I just got married, when the kids move out, when we finally get pregnant and so forth. They're waiting for all of that to come. But if you're going to be happy, you have to make the decision to be happy right now. See, I choose to be happy, and I'm going to be honest with you. Some days that's not easy, and yet I choose it. So you need to make the decision to be happy right now, and you need to develop it as a habit, because happiness does not depend on your circumstances. It depends on your will and your choice. Happiness is a choice that you make, and it's all in how you train your mind. Because if you're going to develop this habit of happiness, guys, you must learn to relax and go with the flow. And I'm talking about myself too, because sometimes I have to force myself to relax, because I feel like that I have such a drive that sometimes you just forget to relax. You've got to learn to relax, and you've also got to learn to go with the flow. Listen, stuff is going to come up in your schedule that might get in the way of you achieving your dreams. Okay. Instead of getting all frustrated, relax and go with the flow. And yes, I'm positive something is going to happen every single day that's full of surprises. So you have to accept the fact that not everything is always going to go your way. Your plans are not always going to work out just as you had scheduled them. So don't allow stress to steal your joy just because something like that comes up. See, for me, I've made up my mind. I'm going to enjoy each day. Whether my plans work out or they don't, I'm going to enjoy it. And of course, it's not easy, but I decided in advance. I've made up my mind that I'm going to enjoy each day, whether my plans work out or whether they don't. So it's a trading account, the business, the rank, the relationship, whatever the case is, you make that choice. It is a constant choice that you make. And just like with anything else, you develop that habit, whether it's with exercise, whether it's with spending time with the person that you love. That is a habit that you create. You don't have to live all uptight. And understand, You can't control people, nor can you change people. I realized a long time ago that I cannot change my spouse. Only God can do that. I have to change myself. You've got to quit allowing somebody else's quirks that they have and the things that kind of bug you. And from my own experience, that's not easy, right? Like if your spouse is always late coming home or the dinner gets a little cold and that ruins your entire evening, don't let that happen. Do not be so rigid and set in all your ways, because frankly, life is too short to live it all stressed out. I had to teach myself, like, you can be stressed out all the time about hitting ranks or getting your trading accounts to certain amounts, but guess what? That's never going to end, because you hit this rank and you've got another rank, and then you've got another rank. You got your trading account. No matter how much you have, you will always want to try and get more. It's never enough. I remember back in the day, I said, if I could just make $10,000 a month, then I could start feeling peace in my life. Now these days, I need like 6 figures a month. Think about it. 10 years from now, many of the things that you are allowing to create this stress in your life, it won't even matter. Most of the things that you guys are stressing about right now, they won't even matter 5-10 years from today. And in fact, a lot of those things that you worry about, they don't even end up happening. So when your plans don't work out, don't get negative. Don't start complaining. Think about it. God might actually be protecting you from an accident. How do you know that God has not allowed that delay for a purpose? Like maybe so that you can meet somebody that he really wants you to know. See, that happened to me. Once in my business, something that took off didn't happen. I didn't know why, but you just learn to go with the flow. When you're inconvenienced and things don't go your way, you don't want to give in to temptation. You don't want to get all bent out of shape, because not only is that going to cause you problems, but it's going to prevent God from using you in the way that he really wants to use you. You see, sometimes we get in the way of our own success and our goals coming to pass and those things that are set up because God wants to bless us. And for whatever reason, we are the ones that hold ourselves back. Yet we were not created to live depressed, stressed, worried, and frustrated about our lives. We are intended to be happy. We're intended to be peaceful, to be content, and to actually enjoy our lives. Think about it. When people see us, they should see so much joy, so much peace, so much happiness that they will want what we have. So you've got to ask yourself, if you get up every day excited about your future, and if not, why not? Are you enjoying your family? Are you enjoying your friends? See, these are questions that you have to ask yourself, because the reality is that we have to choose and make the habit every single day to be happy. And eventually it will become a habit. Look, I've got certain things in my life that are very stressful. Not very many people that I know have 6 children. That means that there's a lot of coordinating between my wife and I, drops off the kids here, picks them up there, gets them to multiple practices and stuff like that. What homework is there to get done and so forth. For anyone who has kids, you can relate. There's a lot of things going on. Then I have a business with thousands of customers. But guess what? I choose to be happy anyway, because happiness is a choice. Just like love is a choice, I choose to love my spouse every day. Now, that doesn't mean that I feel like loving her every day. It is a choice that I make, and that feeling follows the choice that I've made in advance. It becomes a habit. I had to train myself to be happy. As some people might think about it and say, Brandon, it's easier for you to be happy. Look at your wife. Look at your lifestyle, that house, that car. Well, how do you think that it got to that point? I had to choose to be happy when I was broke. I had to choose to be happy when I had a job. I had to choose to be happy when I didn't have Jamie as a part of my life. Now, how do you think that I got someone so great and fantastic like that? It's because I chose to be a certain person, and then God brought her into my life and me into hers. Yet I would have blocked all of it if I kept saying over and over, why am I still single? Never going to get married. When am I going to have kids? When is my breakthrough coming? Right? A lot of you asking that. God's not going to bless an ungrateful servant. You're not going to have good things come to you when you think certain thoughts, because we are literally blocking those thoughts from our lives. And so the message that I have for you today is that I want you to choose to be happy. Make it a habit every day that I will choose to be happy in advance. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. Guys, this is my message for you today. I hope that we'll see each and every one of you continuing on these webinars that we have, these morning motivations. Jump on the Facebook page, get access to the SoundCloud. If you got value, put value inside the chat. I want to help you each and every day, get you that message of inspiration to just keep on going. Guys, have a great day, everyone. We'll see you at the top and on the other side of success. See you on tomorrow's session.